Previously on When Calls the Heart.
Ray Wyatt's open a commissary. You're losing money. Let me go.
Absolutely not. To the happy couple.
I have to go.
Wyatt still apologized.
I thought your mother passed.
She's still alive.
Take care of both of them.
I never should have let you talk me into going back to Hope Valley.
What you shouldn't have done is agreed to cover up a crime.
If you just left me alone, I'd be home, safe and sound. But nope, you had to be a hero. And now Ray Wyatt wants me dead.
You're the only one that can put Ray Wyatt behind bars, and you think he was going to forget about you?
So what do we do now? Pray for a miracle?
We don't need a miracle. We just need...
The ledgers. I know.
You do remember where you buried them, don't you?
Of course I do.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late this morning.
No problem. Mr. Thompson's here for breakfast.
Oh, he's very particular about his eggs.
Seems like he likes them as crusty as he is.
Well, at least we have a customer, thanks to your advertising.
Yeah, business is picking up, isn't it?
You're an optimist.
We've already run out of milk for the week. That's got to mean something.
I think all that means is that Cody likes milk with his cookies.
I'll tell you what. You run this plate out to Mr. Krusty, and I'll run across to the Mercantile and get Cody some of that milk.
Deal. Here you go, Mr. Thompson. Enjoy. You look like you could use some more coffee.
I'm writing Jack another letter, but I am running out of things to say.
And there's always I love you.
I just wish he'd write back.
Oh, he will. In the meantime, let's start planning your wedding.
Guess it's better than worrying, which is all I'm doing right now. About Jack, about my students.
The Wyatt boys? Have you heard from their father?
He's supposed to be back this morning.
He needs to talk to them about what happened with their mother.
I think Chad will be okay, but Earl is still hurting pretty bad. It's really hard when someone leaves.
Spoken like someone who misses the one she loves.
Every minute of every day.
Carson.
What are you doing here?
I came to warn you. It isn't over.
The case was closed.
Marlize won't let it go. She's hired an investigator.
Does she know where I am?
I don't know, but if you ask me, she won't stop until your life is ruined.
I guess I'm not surprised.
We go way back, my friend. I thought you ought to know.
Thank you. You should probably go before everyone knows. Pastor.
Mr. Shepard.
This is my friend Dean. We worked on the railroad together.
Nice to meet you, Dean.
I was just riding out to Albert Falls to lay some tracks.
Didn't think the railroad went to Albert Falls.
Guess there are some things pastors don't know after all.
I'm so glad you're here, Mr. Wyatt.
I was due back today anyway, but I have to say your telegram took me by surprise.
Well, I could really use your help with Chad and Earl.
What seems to be the problem?
They're having trouble fitting in. And now I think I'm starting to get through to Chad, but to be honest, Earl's a handful.
Boys will be boys.
Mr. Wyatt, it's more than that. He's picking fights, he's teasing the other children, and neither one of them will apologize.
Well, I haven't had a problem at any other school.
Maybe those teachers were just too afraid to say anything.
Miss Thatcher, my brother's barely in town for an hour and you're already complaining.
Miss Thatcher sent me a telegram.
She did.
Yeah, she said she's having trouble with my boys.
You don't have to listen to her.
Yes, he does.
But if there's a problem...
Problem is, you're standing here talking instead of doing your work. So get to your desk and do what I pay you to do. Miss Thatcher, could it be you're simply not cut out to teach in a railroad town?
Hope Valley isn't a railroad town. And despite what you think, you're not in charge here.
You need to be careful.
I don't give in to bullies, Mr. Wyatt. Big or small.
It's a real beaut, Mr. Coulter.
Thanks, Jesse. Been on the road so much with all these new contracts. She sure is gonna come in handy.
You know, taking Claire to the county fair next week. Maybe I could borrow?
Not a chance.
Lee, you bought the car.
I'm afraid you're not the only lady in my life anymore.
Oh, I am absolutely thrilled that you bought a car. And the timing couldn't be more perfect.
Uh-oh.
Wait till you hear the news. Dottie loved my last set of sketches, so it's official.
What's official?
Wait. She's hired me to work at the dress shop.
What does it have to do with my new car?
Dottie wants me to get started right away, so I'm going to need you to drive me to Buxton to pick up some fabric. Taffeta is all the rage right now.
But doesn't Mr. Yost have any at the Mercantile?
Oh, dear Mr. Yost. I'm afraid he doesn't know taffeta from taffy.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I wish I could help you, but I'm afraid my hands are tied.
Well, my hands aren't tied. You can teach me to drive.
Well, I already told you I'm busy this morning, so.
Then we'll start on your lunch break.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I wish there were more dishes to wash.
I passed the commissary on the way over. Long line.
That long line is affecting my bottom line.
Well, if you want to cut costs, you can let Carson go.
I'm not going to fire someone just because I'm in a bind. And besides, he already offered to quit, and I wouldn't let him. He's a very decent man.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I saw Carson talking to a guy I've never seen before. I said he was a friend from the railroad.
He's allowed to have a personal life.
Sounded like trouble to me.
Maybe you're overreacting.
Oh, I know guys like Carson. I was a guy like him.
Even if Carson has a past, people change.
Not that much.
No. Look at you.
You said you remembered where you buried the ledgers.
I do, more or less. But all the trees look the same.
There has to be a landmark somewhere.
I remember. I could see Mount Nash.
Well, there's a start.
Oh, no, wait, maybe it was Mount Napier or Napoli.
Napoli's in Italy.
Obviously, it's not in Italy.
You sure?
Don't take that tone with me.
I'll take any tone I like.
There a problem here?
No, sir, not at all.
Wouldn't try that if I were you. Little lady sounds like she's upset. All right, ma'am?
Actually, I am not. I've never been more upset in my life.
Please stop talking.
This man kidnapped me and he won't let me go.
She's lying. I'm a sheriff.
He's the one who's lying.
Let me show you my badge.
I'll say when you can move.
That's right, Mr. Tough Guy. He'll say. So you better listen if you know what's good for you.
Well. Looks like it's my lucky day. A bank's offering a private bounty for your return.
It's not me. Tell him it's not me.
Can't be her.
See?
The mouth isn't big enough.
You
Time up.
do something.
You know, there's a pretty stiff penalty for interfering with official police business.
I'll take my chances.
That didn't work at all.
Thanks for pointing that out to me.
Was it for you, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place.
You're the one who committed perjury, remember?
Quit talking and tie him up.
Give us a minute, please. I should have smacked you with that frying pan when I had a chance.
Tell you what, I'll give you another shot right now. And I bet you $5 you miss me.
It's gonna feel real good taking your money.
Go ahead, take a swing.
Come on, I'll tie him up. Oh.
You're a little stronger than I thought, but you still owe me $5.
I'm the one who hit him.
Yeah, but you were aiming at me.
You have an answer for everything, don't you?
Let's get out of here.
Hey. Look, I know we didn't get off to a great start.
You think?
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I said. Just doing your job.
Does that mean you're gonna stop trying to run away?
Yeah, you have my word.
Not sure that means much.
Well, it didn't used to, but it does now.
Speak, boy. Speak. Speak. Good dog. He's really smart. I don't know about that. He chewed up my baseball cards last night.
You have baseball cards? I love baseball.
Cody, why don't you show your baseball cards to Chad?
Sure. Hey, you want to stay for dinner? We're having spaghetti.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm supposed to go to the pond with my brother.
Well, I'm sure Miss Abigail won't mind if Earl joins you too.
I hate spaghetti. Come on.
Chad, you don't have to do everything your brother tells you to do.
Earl's not just my brother. He's my best friend.
That's right. So leave us alone.
Well, just because he's your best friend doesn't mean you can't have other friends.
I said let's go.
But what's wrong with having other friends?
Are you gonna listen to her, or are you gonna listen to me?
Chad, I spoke with your father, and it is okay to stand up for what you want.
I told you to stay out of this.
I know you didn't come here to eat.
You're right about that.
As much as I'd like to chat, Mr. Wyatt, I'm busy right now.
You could have fooled me.
The only reason I don't have customers is because you opened that commissary and cut your prices to put me out of business.
Well, let me make a proposition.
I'm not interested.
Good businesswoman doesn't walk away from a deal without even hearing it.
She does if she knows it's being offered by someone she doesn't trust.
Look, I know we've had our differences, but there's still time to mend fences.
What did you have in mind?
Remember how you gave me a 20% reduction on my taxes?
Yes, and you thanked me for my generous offer by putting Henry Gowan back in the mayor's office.
Well, maybe I can make it up to you. What if I close the commissary?
You would do that.
You pay me 20% of your take, and we'll call it a day.
I have a better idea. How about you leave my cafe right now?
The world is full of sharks, Mrs. Stanton. You either bite or you get bitten.
I'll take my chances.
You had a pretty good aim.
Yeah, it's all in the wrist.
That's what Abigail says. She's an ace at darts.
She's a woman of many talents.
With one weakness. She trusts too much.
You mean she trusts me too much?
I don't think that friend of yours works for the railroad.
I don't care what you think.
Abigail's too kind to ask a lot of questions, but I'm not. I don't stop till I get my answers.
Is that a threat?
I'll take it any way you like.
Appreciate the concern.
Can you believe that man had the nerve to ask me for a cut of my profits?
Ray Wyatt thinks he runs this town.
Because Henry Gowan lets him.
Sometimes I wish the railroad never came to Hope Valley.
You're not the only one.
More tea?
I would love some. Elizabeth, what's wrong?
A squad of Mounties was ambushed in the Northern Territories. 2 of them were killed.
I know it's difficult, but you're going to see a lot of stories like this in the paper.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to this.
You're not supposed to get used to it.
Chad can't come home soon enough.
I know.
Any word from Midford Falls?
No. Dale's a steady trigger finger. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Unless you're worried about something.
Well, it might have been prudent to discuss things before deciding a course of action.
Since this was your mess to begin with, I don't think you have a right to complain about how I choose to clean it up.
No, that wasn't a complaint. That was merely an observation.
I kept you out of jail, Henry. And I got you the mayor's job back. Don't you forget it.
You think Chad will still want to come over and see my baseball cards?
I think it's worth asking.
This place is a pigsty.
You did this.
Me? No way.
Chad, can you tell me what happened here?
I don't know.
I have had enough of this. Now you are going to tell me right now who did this, or you're both expelled.
Earl.
Be quiet, Chad.
You have one more chance to apologize and clean up this mess.
I told you before. Whites don't apologize.
Then I want you both to leave right now.
Fine by me. Does that mean there's no school today?
No, of course not. It just means that we're going to have class outside in the fresh air. Come on.
Well, before you can drive, you need to learn the basics.
Lee, I know the basics. You push the pedal, you turn the wheel, and away we go.
Well, actually, there are 3 pedals.
That's easy.
Whoa, no. It's a little more complicated than that.
But I need to get to Buxton before the fabric store closes.
But the store will be open tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that.
Lee, I don't think you understand how important this is to me. I have worked so hard to impress Dottie. I have done dozens of designs, and then I've reworked them, and then I've reworked them again, just so she would take me seriously. I don't want her to think that I can't deliver on what I promised.
Well, maybe you promised a little too much, a little too soon.
I honestly think you are making this more difficult than it needs to be.
You asked me to teach you how to drive. So you either listen to what I have to say, or I'm gonna go back to work.
I will hang on your every word.
Can I get that in writing?
New car.
Yes. Yeah, just got it yesterday.
Now, how many horses under the hood?
Oh, Mr. Shepherd, how could a horse fit under the hood? He seems to know less about these things than I do.
Mm-hmm. Teaching my wife to drive. So.
Actually, we really need to get back to my lesson, so if you'll excuse us.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Now, where were we?
You saying my boys did this?
I can't prove anything, but you should have seen the look on Chad's face. He's a good boy, Mr. Wyatt, but he follows his brother's lead.
I know how that feels.
Had a feeling you might.
I'm really sorry. I'll pay for the damages.
Oh, no. This isn't about money. I've made some real progress with Chad. But Earl is angry. And he's going to stay that way unless you help him.
How?
He needs you to talk to him about what happened with his mother.
There isn't much to tell. She left me 5 years ago.
Earl is hurting. I can see it at school. Chad is really starting to let go and make new friends. But Earl is terrified he's going to be abandoned again. So he's bullying his brother and everyone else.
Didn't realize it had gotten so bad.
It has. And quite frankly, you are the only one who can put a stop to it.
Pay dirt!
Hand it over.
Didn't you give me your word?
Yes, but I didn't specify which word it was. Look, I'm sorry, but I can't let you take me back to Hope Valley.
Oh, okay. So what's your plan? You just gonna take the evidence and ride off into the sunset and hope that Wyatt doesn't come looking for you?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Too bad. Because it's not gonna work.
Oh, it's gonna work all right.
No, it won't. Because you don't have what it takes.
Yes, I do. I'll shoot you if I have to.
Go ahead.
I will. I swear I'll shoot you. I will. Watch me.
Go ahead. Pull the trigger.
Right. I'd shoot you if I wanted to.
I know. But I wasn't taking any chances.
There were no bullets in it? You didn't say anything?
It's more fun that way.
You are the most infuriating man I have ever met. I should have shot you. Don't shush me. Ooh. We should get out of here.
I got a better idea.
Whoa, whoa. Here we go. Come on, come on.
Whoa.
I didn't mean to kill him. He wouldn't let me go.
You did me a favor, Miss Foster.
Do I know you?
Let's just say we have a friend in common, Ray Wyatt. It's time to end the friendship.
What are you doing?
It's my job. Nothing personal.
I've been waiting to do this for a long time. We'll drop him at the first sheriff station we come to.
Hey, we make a pretty good team.
Come on.
I feel so bad about expelling them, but what else was I going to do? I mean, I have to protect the other children.
That's right. Elizabeth, Chad and Earl had a choice. They could have admitted to what they did and apologized for it.
But they didn't.
You talked to their father. Now it's up to him.
Any news in this morning's paper?
Nothing about the Northern Territories. But Mrs. Wheeler's heifer took first prize in the county fair.
That's my kind of news.
No. I could dearly use a cup of tea.
Rosemary, are you okay?
What happened?
Why is the mercantile in the middle of the street?
It's not.
Well, it certainly seems that way. And let me just say, driving a car is far more complicated than riding a horse.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you almost hit the mercantile with Lee's new car?
When did you learn how to drive?
Lee's giving me lessons. Oh, and he is not going to be one bit pleased when he finds out I almost hit the mercantile and a wagon and Katie Brayman's chickens. The town council really needs to think about making the streets wider.
Sweetheart, can I talk to you for a minute?
I'll go get the tea.
I'll help.
Before you say anything, I want you to know it wasn't my fault.
Oh, really? So the car forced you to get behind the wheel, is that it?
Lee Coulter, I do not have to do everything you tell me to do. You are not my boss.
Maybe I should be.
Here we go.
You take that back right now. Right this instant.
No.
All right. Then that's it. I I'm going to stay at Elizabeth's until you come to your senses.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Fine, you do that.
Fine, I will.
You got me expelled for nothing.
You should thank me.
I like that school, Earl.
We have each other. That's good enough.
No, it's not. Not for me.
Then why don't you just leave, okay? Just go. Like Mom did. I don't need her, and I don't need you.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Saw Miss Thatcher at the school. She showed me what you did. You want to tell me what happened?
Tell him.
Listen, son. I know you're angry, and I don't blame you. But if you're looking for someone to be mad at me. This whole time you boys have been upset at your mother for leaving you, but the truth is she didn't leave you. She left me. And you two just got caught in the middle. I know I've been away a lot, and I'm sorry. From now on, I'm staying here with both of you. Should have talked about this a long time ago.
I would have thought you'd be at your desk this time of day making deals that benefit the railroad.
Come on, Abigail. I'm busy.
You don't look busy.
Well, looks can be deceiving.
Well, it looks to me like you're having second thoughts about being in Ray Wyatt's pocket.
Can a man enjoy a drink in peace?
Henry, if I didn't know better, I'd say you're feeling guilty.
My dealings with Wyatt are none of your concern.
Why don't you stand up to him? It's not too late.
Maybe it is and maybe it isn't.
Is there something going on?
Stay away from this, Abigail.
I just do not understand that man sometimes, telling me what I can and cannot do. If he thinks he can treat me like one of his employees, he has another thing coming.
Spending the night here isn't going to solve anything. You need to talk to Lee for the sake of your marriage. And my pillow.
There is nothing left to talk about. Lee is completely overreacting.
Overreacting? You drove his brand new car before you were ready. You almost crashed into a building. You nearly ran over some chickens, and then you tried to blame him for it.
Are you taking Lee's side?
It's the only side a reasonable person can take.
So now you're saying I'm unreasonable?
What I am saying is that sometimes you can be demanding, stubborn, and completely unappreciative.
Excuse me.
Lee does everything for you, and you never seem to notice.
That is not true. I do plenty of things on my own.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe you're not always right? That maybe, just maybe, you can be a giant pain in the side? Rosemary, you are incredibly lucky to have a man like Lee in your life.
Did you have to be so honest?
What are friends for?
Then we must be very good friends.
You better believe it.
Now get some sleep.
Looking for something?
Just the truth.
I work hard and do my job. That's all you need to know.
You've got no papers, no identification, nothing. From my experience, a man who's got nothing is a man trying to hide something.
It's time for you to leave.
No man is without sin, Shepard. Just remember that.
I never forget it.
Guess you're here to pick up some things?
Actually, I've come to apologize.
Seriously?
Seriously. It's never been easy for me to admit that I'm wrong.
Well, it's never easy for anyone.
Well, a little bird helped me realize that I have been insensitive and selfish and a whole lot of other things we don't really need to go into right now. But the truth is, she was right. I take you for granted, Lee. And I don't always listen. And I don't always give you the respect that I should.
Come here.
I don't say this nearly enough, but I'm saying it now. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Thank you. I don't say it enough either.
Frank, you crossed the line.
I was just trying to protect you.
By breaking into Carson's room?
He's hiding something.
You don't know that.
Abigail. He's right.
Carson, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Just let me finish. I was hiding something. I was married, and my wife was everything to me. I was the happiest man alive. And then she got sick. And she was sick for a very long time. When she died, I didn't think that I could go on. So I left. Trying to forget everything that happened. Start a new life. I don't talk about this. I can't. I don't blame Pastor Hogan for what he did. I mean, I realized that I needed to tell you this. To let you know who I am and why I'm here so you don't have to worry. Now you know the truth.
Thank you for that. And I promise if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I appreciate it.
I better make sure that Cody is up for school, so if you gentlemen will excuse me.
So, are we good?
For now.
Boys and I thought we'd get an early start.
I can see that.
We fixed everything.
And you've done such a good job. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Took your advice and talked to the boys about their mother, and, well, I think they understand a little better now. I also talked to my brother Ray and told him I'm not going out of town anymore because I need to spend time with my sons.
Did he listen to you?
Yeah, he listened all right. I lost my job, but I got my family back.
Well, if I know the people around here, you'll find a new job pretty soon.
That's very kind of you. Now, if you'll give us 10 minutes, we'll finish up and you can start class.
I'll be outside.
Miss Thatcher? I wanted to... I guess I should. Well, what I'm trying to say is... I'm really sorry for everything I did.
I'm sorry, too.
That means a whole lot to me.
Does it mean we can come back to school?
That's exactly what that means.
Oh, will you look at that? Two people who are supposed to be dead. They look very much alive.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll handle this.
I'd make introductions, but you gentlemen already know this woman.
Afraid I haven't had the pleasure.
I was hoping for a better lie. Henry, are you going to say you don't know her as well?
Maybe someone should just tell us what this is all about.
I'll keep it simple. You're both under arrest.
Under arrest? For what?
Bribery, obstruction of justice, attempted murder. There's probably more, but that's enough to get us started.
We have the bank ledgers that prove Mr. Gowan is guilty, and the payoff money that you gave me to keep quiet about it.
All you have are accusations.
We'll let a judge decide.
Bill, I'll turn state's evidence. Maybe you'd put a good word in for me.
Not making any promises, Henry. You coward.
Maybe. Money's one thing. But you went too far.
I'm not losing everything I've worked for because of you.
Putting you in jail or digging you a grave makes no difference to me.
Henry, are you okay?
I guess even redemption has its price.
Really gonna lock me up, are you?
I'm pretty sure that's what sheriffs do.
What do you mean? After everything we've been through?
Especially after everything we've been through.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I meant something to you. I thought there was something between us.
There is. They're called bars.
Abigail, how's Mr. Gowan doing?
Well, aside from his terrible mood, Faye says it's just a few bumps and bruises. A little rest, he'll be fine. Oh, Bill, I was just coming to see you.
About?
Henry, I know he's guilty, but he did try to stop Wyatt from shooting you. I hope you'll tell that to the judge.
Well, it won't be the first thing I say. I won't forget.
With Mr. Gowan going to jail, does this mean you're the mayor again?
I guess it's my destiny.
You be safe, AJ.
Good morning, Katie.
Morning, Miss Thatcher.
I don't suppose there's any mail for me.
Actually, there is.
from Jack.
Dear Elizabeth, this is the first chance I've had to write you since I arrived at my posting. I won't waste ink telling you what it's like here because I spend most of my days trying to forget it. Instead, I think about you and how wonderful our life will be together when I return and make you my wife. Dream of that day as I do. I love you with all my heart. Jack.